Hi everybody. This is the implement string algorithm from LeetCode, and I'm going to try to solve it. And yes, return the index of the first occurrence of needle in a stack, or -1 if needle is not part of a stack. We have a first example, and our input we have a stack of a string hello, and we have a needle of a string ll. So and it returns 2. 2 is the index of the first occurrence. Since LL, our needle LL is among our string in our A stack. So we have a second example where our A stack is AA and the needle is BBA, and we just returning -1 because BBA is not existing inside the A stack string. So what should we return when needle is an empty string? Is a good question to ask during an interview. For the purpose of this problem, we will return 0 when needle is an empty string. This is consistent with C string and Java's index of, not a JavaScript programmer, but anyway. So we have constant A stack and needle consists only of lowercase English characters. So from what I'm understanding first, we would have to have a way to check our A stack and our needle length. So let's just create var A stack and set it equal to A stack dot length. And then we're gonna also create another variable needle and set it equal to the needle dot length. Okay, so then I'm gonna check if my needle is equal to 0. So we're gonna just return 0 and exit our program. But in case our needle is not 0, we're also going to check if our needle is greater than 0 and our A stack is equal to 0. So then we just, also return we just return -1. This is consistent because, it would avoid us, having to go through any loop or whatever, because you're gonna just check, on line 10 is gonna just check if our needle is greater than 0. Good. And if our A stack is 0, the length of our A stack is 0, it means, there is no way our needle is going to be, inside our A stack string. So it's going to just return -1 and exit our program. So then what I can do next is to create a for loop and start it at the index of 0. And then I'm going to start I less than A stack. And then I'm going to increment I as I'm looping through my A stack. So then I can use the if statement and check if my A stack, the substring in the substring method is going to return, from the provided index to, would have a starting point and the end point. So I'm going to start by the given index in our loop. And then what I want to check is from our needle length. So I can just use ND since I have it and use a triple equal, comparison equal comparison. Uh, I'm using it because that's the safest way to do so. It's not like it won't coerce like when you use a double equal sign. You know, the left and the right side element might not be the same. but let's say you have a string and an integer, but they have the same value. Let's say a string of 1 and an integer of 1. If you use a double equal operator, it's gonna just convert and make both of them strings, or maybe make both of them integers, and say this, and evaluate the statement as true. It's not like a triple equals operator. So then I'm gonna set it if it is equal to the needle. So then we have our match. So then we just return the index. For anything else, we can simply return -1, which means this statement wasn't true. This statement also wasn't true. And our for loop inside statement also wasn't true. So we hit the last line of our code and we return -1. And hopefully this is going to be what we were expecting to see as a result. So I am getting an error. So it is saying on line 7, we have is that the length looks like a typo. Yes, I have a typo just right there. So this is my answer, and this is the expected results. So then let's submit the code. The code is being accepted. So now let's check and see our runtime. I think we're gonna have to check it again because this code shouldn't be among 40% of JavaScript submission. My code looks pretty good. So sometimes the LeetCode engine might give you some not, okay. As I was saying, you guys can, that's the same code, but now we are among 86, 90% of JavaScript submission, which is pretty good. And even the runtime from 84, got back to 72 milliseconds. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you guys next time for another algorithm solving. Thank you.